Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late this morning. I had a doozy of a morning and my brain was just a little bit on overload and I couldn't process everything. And so everything was taking me twice as long. But I'm here now and I have a wonderful project for you this morning. I've had so many questions about the cutlery holder in the catalog. Let me grab. Where did my catalog go? Aha. I have it all laid out, but I put something on top of it. So this is the cutlery holder here in the catalog on page 58. And people have asked, how does one make that? And so I looked up the ingredients list and figured out it was made with the Pocket Thoughts dies. And so I thought we would make a different holder than the one that's on this page. This one's made with the Caring Leaves stamp set, and it's super cute, and you can absolutely make that one. But we're going to do this with a few different supplies today. And the reason I'm not holding it up is it's not really something that you can hold up in the air and have it look good because everything's going to slide around. It's a cutlery holder that's supposed to lay flat. So I'll show you when I switch to my other camera. Then I also thought, let's make something else with the Pocket Thoughts dies. And I made this cute little favor holder. It's super cute. It holds Hershey's miniatures. And you can create a little tag to go on that. And so together the ensemble looks really nice. I also want to point out, for those of you who don't know, these are the Pocket Thoughts dies. They come in 3 different sizes. So I'm going to be using the largest and the smallest one today. But I also wanted to remind you that I think I made this card on camera. This was for Casing Tuesday. Because Pocket Thoughts is from the annual catalog, it's been around for a few months, and you can make a cute little, the medium pocket makes a nice little gift card holder. So it's a very useful die set. And today we're going to be using it in 2 different ways. And this one, it's available as a bundle, but I'm just using the dies today. So I just put the dies in there, but you're welcome to look up the bundle number and see if you also would like the matching stamp set. So I do have a host code. Let me pull that up for September. So if you're looking to purchase some products, and if you spend at least $50 with me using this host code, I'm going to be trying very hard to get the real red and white adhesive back peppermints. They have been so popular. They actually sold out within minutes of the catalog going live. Probably they were already on low supply because of the demonstrator pre-order. They will be coming back in stock mid-September, and I'm hoping to snag them at the beginning of October. If not, I will replace them with a product of equal or greater value. But I thought these were really cute and I wanted to snag them. And I think at any other time, like I wouldn't have been able to get them the first day of the customer order because they were sold out so quickly. So we'll try and get them because I think they are super cute. And I think later on in the season, they will also be hard to get. So I'm just going to go for it and try and get them in October. That's, I think, the best time to try and get them. But I love them. So cute. All right, so that is the September host code. I'm going to just jump right in today and we're going to get started on this. I will have a project sheet for you that I will send out on Saturday. This is not a hard project, but I will like to always have things written out for you. Also, it's just nice to have them maybe in a folder on your computer or a folder printed out so that you remember these ideas, because my project sheets are kind of in usually a 2-page format, sometimes 1 page, but it's just a nice condensed version of this tutorial so that you can remember it and remember that you maybe wanted to do it. All right, let's switch over to my other camera. Okay, so isn't this cute? I grabbed I grabbed my silver, and I think I've touched my knife too much because it's reflecting sticky things that were on my hand like glue. But I think this is just so cute, pretty, beautiful, whatever you want to call it. And just on a plate with a napkin behind it, and just a way to like zhuzh up, fancy up your table. And then you can have like this little favor holder on the side, and that just makes a sweet little presentation. Now you could also do, I also did this. This is the one I did for my team because I didn't have any fall paper at the time, and I think this is just beautiful. You can also do this one in different colors, just like you could do, this is crushed curry, and I believe it's petunia pop, but you could maybe do it in crushed curry and like Cajun craze, and then it would give off a more fall vibe. So that's like just a really beautiful way to layer these ones. So this one I made with the these are the Thoughtful Wishes dies, and I also used the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set for the greeting here. I used the splotch on here. We will be making the fall one today because I wanted to show you how to make it with the designer series paper, but I also wanted to show you this one because it's really beautiful as well. Totally could do it as the fall one, or you could do the fall paper one. The fall paper one, you get 4 sheets of each design, so I think it would be really pretty to have the different designs represented on the table. So we're going to be doing one today with a different pattern from that pack. This pack of paper, grab it. This pack is called the Splendid Autumn Paper. I showed it on Monday because we also used it on Monday. It's got really pretty fall scenes, and on the back there's a watercolor wash. So it's a really beautiful paper. If you want to see all the patterns, the best way to do that is to go online. Down below in the description of my video, there is a supply list link. Click on that link, go to the store, and then they have all these little square photos you can click on, and it will show you the front and the back side of each paper. You'll know exactly what the patterns are that you're getting. But trust me, this is just a beautiful fall paper. And we'll use one of the other designs just to see what it will look like. And then we'll make this teeny tiny little favor. I think it just, it matches because it's got the same little indent up at the top. I'll show you how to make that too. So that is what we're going to be doing today. And I'm just going to scoot this off. I have so much stuff on my table today. It is a little bit crazy. So why don't we start off with doing the die cutting, because we need the pocket thoughts. And I just want to show you how this is done. Yes, I could have die cut it off camera, and I did that for a few things, but I also want to show you, I've got things down here. Ah, that's where my other embossing folder went. Interesting. I put my my dies and stuff away, and I put them all down into my holder for all my plates. Okay, so we're going to be doing die cutting. So we need our number 1 plate. We need our, number 1 platform. Number 2 is the thin die adapter. We'll put that down. We'll grab a plate and put that on top, a clear plate. We're going to grab a piece of cardstock. This is crumb cake, and you're going to grab the biggest pocket thoughts die, and we'll pop that in there. And we're going to die cut this. Sometimes it's better to put this on a bit of an angle. This takes, I'm running through the piece of cardstock side is 4.5 by 5.5. So you can only get 2 of these largest pockets out of 1 sheet of cardstock, unless you're using 12 by 12 cardstock. So we'll get number 1. And earlier, because I didn't want you to have to watch me, I cut a second piece. So you need 2 of those to create the pocket. And then we're going to, let's just go ahead and prep the favor. So I'm going to be using the smallest die. Scoot this over. We'll have to do some more die cutting later, but let's get the base of each product. We'll scoot that through. All right. So you need 2 of each for the favor holder and for the cutlery pocket. So that's what you're going to need as your bases. We'll need the die cutting machine again in a moment. So I won't put it too far away. All right. Let's go ahead. Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot to do? I also want to cut a layer for the top of my piece. See, I'm going to be doing a lot of work today, it seems, back and forth. All right, so I'm going to just put this piece right here, and we'll run it through. Snap, crackle, pop. Whoa. Okay, that happens, that big clunk happens when you don't put this through on an angle, because we've got a big line right here. If I wanted to avoid that, I could have cut my piece down to 4.5 by 5.5 before running it through, and then I could have shifted it a little bit or turned the piece. Okay. So for this one, let me grab my trimmer. I just want this to be on the top. Like, I don't need it to extend to the sides. I feel like the cutlery holder should have a bit of strength to it, a little bit more than just a piece of designer series paper. So I'm going to just line this up. Let's see if I can make my lines a little bit more visible. Fold them. This bottom one. Okay. So now, hopefully I'll be able to see my lines. I'm lining them up with my groove right here. Oop. Come on down, blade. It slid out of its track. Okay, so there I've cut that first side off. So I'm just cutting off the score lines. I kind of just need to be able to see where to cut. And then finally this bottom one. See, yeah, that works. This paper is very dark, so sometimes it's harder to see the score lines. Okay, so I'm just cutting those off so that I can adhere them. To the front. Okay, so let's turn this piece around because I like this side better. We'll fold these on the score lines first. So let's kind of just get them going. And I'll use my bone folder to smooth them. Okay. Okay. All right, so lining this up, we're going to glue these two together. So I just want to show you one little thing that I noticed. It kind of makes a little bit of an overlap that is atypical. We're going to have a little bit of V on the top and a little bit of V on the bottom. So I won't extend my glue past the angle, so it will just be on the straightaway. So the easiest way I found to assemble this box is to do the sides first and then the bottom last. I did one where I did the bottom first, and I had trouble having something to press down on the side. So you can do the sides really well, and then the bottom will be really easy. Okay, so basically I'm going to fold one of these tabs over, and then I'm going to glue one of these flat onto here. And when I do that, I'm going to do it dry first so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to glue these two tabs together, and then I'm going to switch it over the other side and glue those two tabs. I like to do this flat if possible, because then I can press hard on here and make sure it sticks. So this is what we're going to do. Start here, ignore the little angle, and start your glue just above that, and then don't go past the angle because there's nothing going to be stuck there. And then we're going to take this piece, it's now flat, this one's bent, the other one's flat, and we're going to line it up. We're going to pay particular attention to the top and the bottom, and also make sure it's lining up right here along the edge. Get this first one right, and then everything will fall into place. Okay, I think that looks good. You want it to line all up at the top, and then just press down with your bone folder, and you've got your first connection made. And we're going to flip this over, and you're just going to see how does this come together the best. I'm going to fold this one now down, and then we'll put this one over top. Okay, so we'll do that. It's so much easier when you can do two of the seams or the overlaps while it's flat. It's just, that just makes this project a little bit easier. Okay, so now you can bend it back the other way, and you have your little pocket. And we can bring the bottoms together now. And the same thing for the bottom, that angled piece, don't put glue on the angled ends because there's nothing going to be there. And then just gently press on there. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this over and take the butt of my bone folder and just press it down, slide it down, give it some pressure so that it sticks together well. Okay, and that's all there is to it. And you can decide what side you like better for the up. I'm going to use this side for the up, and then we'll take our paper, it should fit on there. And I just wanted to use a slightly different paper on here because I wanted to show you that different papers will work on here. Okay, so there is your first pocket. Then we want to take, I think I am going to use the same colors on this one. We could use different colors, but I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to take, this is from Thoughtful Wishes. I'm going to take Wild Wheat, and I'm going to stamp this image, Wild Wheat on Wild Wheat. Let's see. I hope I can squeeze this on the piece of paper. Barely, but I think it will fit. Okay, we'll have to die cut that. We're also going to stamp a greeting. Let me grab, where's my folder? We need a die cut for the greeting. Now where has my stamp gone? Oh, it's this one. All right, and then we're going to use copper clay, or you can use Cajun craze. They're both pretty similar. Copper clay is a little bit more brown, and I'm just gonna stamp "You're a True Blessing" on there. And we're gonna die cut that in just a moment. And what else do we need? We need something that isn't stamped. Okay, good. We'll scoot this aside so that we can bring our die cutting machine back in. Put the bone folder away. Let's place that down here. We'll grab our thoughtful wishes here, and we'll grab some Post-it labeling and cover up tape. So I'm just lining this up around this piece. If you didn't want to stamp this, you could also just cut this one without stamping, but I like a little bit of the detail on here, so I'm going to, I like the stamped look, so I have this stamped, and we're going to die cut this. It's going to pop in a second. Oh, not too bad. All right, so we've got this piece. Kind of looks a little bit like a piece of wild wheat. And then we're going to grab our little greeting. This is very vanilla cardstock here that I'm using. It looks a little softer than the basic white. So here are my dies. I've got so many of them. I don't even know how they went on the sheet before because there's so many of them. So I was experimenting. I'm gonna grab that. This one is called, let's see, it's called Unbounded Love. Unbounded Love dies. And the stamp is also from the Unbounded Love stamp set. So this little die here is interesting in that it actually comes in two pieces. So you have this piece and then you have this scallop piece. You can use both of them together, or you can cut a separate scallop piece. And that's actually what I did. I cut a separate scallop piece to create a different colored frame. So we'll do that in a second. We're also going to die cut. This is also from Thoughtful Wishes. We're going to cut, oh, where'd it go? I'm going to cut this one. And we'll just cut a layer. This is looks kind of like flowers. I really like this one. This one I've also done before. I've die cut it in the past with out of basic white, and then I just went ahead and colored the stems with markers with Stampin' Blends, and then I can do the stem in green and the flowers in a different color. So but it looks nice just like that. Just okay, let's pop this aside. And we'll come in. So I cut an extra one of these. This one I did out of copper clay. And I'm going to use the copper clay frame on here like that. I could also use this one if I wanted to emboss with white ink. This could be an interesting looking frame. So I'm going to keep that for a different project. To keep the frame and the inside together, I cut myself an extra little piece of Cajun craze. So this piece, just so you know, measures 1 3/8 by 1. The easiest way I found to do this is just go ahead and glue greeting to here and just kind of center it on that little piece. And then I'm going to take just a teeny tiny bit of glue and put it on the top and the bottom of the frame. And this is going to secure this frame to the piece so that they stick together. I'm going to mount this up on some dimensionals, so I want them to stay together. And this piece, I'm just going to pop out. There's a few little pieces that pop out here. I think I got all of them. So put this one here, put this one over top, and then we're going to put this on here with some dimensionals. If you want to, you can choose different colors for each of these. So in this one, I think garden green or mossy meadow would have looked nice for this piece. If you want to keep them all uniform, then there is some yellow in there, so you can definitely use that. And then we'll come in and we'll pop some glue on here. I could have also used, for the backs of these, that double-sided adhesive, and I put it on the cardstock ahead of time. So then when I die cut, this piece would have had adhesive all over its back instead of using glue. It's another option. All right, then we're going to grab some dimensionals and pop this on the back. Oh, put it the right way around. And then just grab, make yourself a little linen thread bow. And I'm just going to add that onto the corner right here. The little glue. And there is your little holder. Let's bring in the other holder real quick. Oh, I'll lift my arm here. So you can see they would be really cute, like all of them being slightly different on the table. So it would like create kind of a different like theme going throughout, use a different pattern of the paper. And I think there's 12 different patterns for the front, and then of course the back of the paper is a watercolor wash, but you could create it with all the pattern pieces, and each one would be like a different scene on the table, so 12 different scenes, which would be kind of beautiful. So just think about that, think about how you could do that. So now we're going to make this little guy right here, and we already cut our two pieces. We just need one more piece, a connector piece. And if I can manage this, I have so much on my table this morning. We'll grab our scoring board, and our connector piece is just a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 inches by 1 inch. And we're just gonna, this is a very easy score project. And if I can find my stylus tool, yes. We're going to score this piece at the 2-inch mark on both sides. I hope I got the measurements right. It's been that kind of a day. All right, so there we go. We're going to fold these along the score lines. And you know what? This would look really cute. I didn't try this. I should have made this out of designer series paper. I think that would have looked really cute doing this out. But last night, this is where my brain was at. You know, hindsight, I feel with crafting, hindsight is always really 2020. And sometimes I see people take my design and just take it to the next level. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? It's because, you know, you're living in the moment and you're just kind of doing what you're doing. Your brain is humming to a certain melody or whatever, and you just end up doing something a certain way, and then it, you know, you just don't go beyond that. So this one also I want to do on the score lines. Yeah, it does measure up. I keep thinking I'm going to get this today wrong. Today of all days, I'm going to just be wrong. So I'm going to glue both of these tabs to this middle. So we're going to just go ahead and just put glue on the bottom here. I'm going to scoot this under here and just line up the score lines, and then just give it a press. Do the same for the other side. Scoot it under. It's pretty easy because you can line up this edge on that score line and then press. Okay, so there is your piece. Then we're going to put glue here and glue here and glue here and glue here. This project's nice because you don't have to cut any V's into your boxes. Like, the tabs are already on there, so you're just doing that connector piece. It's pretty easy. And then you're just going to bring these sides together one at a time. Try and line up your score line with the edge of your middle piece here. And then these in on either side. All right, so you can decide which side do you like better, and that will be your front. And so I'm going to grab, I did cut myself, this is from the Unbounded Love Dies. I cut myself a little circle earlier, and I have the stamp set. This one is from my friend. She's a $1 million sales achiever, Renee Conkle. And this was the stamp set that she designed for Stampin' Up! Choose Happy. I love it. It's so sweet. And I'm just going to grab copper clay. I'll grab copper clay because it's here. And I'm going to just stamp the little pumpkin here. Just centered onto this little tag. Okay. And we'll grab Pumpkin Pie Light and Cajun Craze Light. And I'm just going to do a very simple coloring with this, just to give it some color. Shade it a little bit. There. Okay, and then I'm going to do my top here and just do the little stem like that. Then we're going to grab Happy and Fall from that same stamp set. You also have a Thanksgiving in here. So if you wanted to do a Happy Thanksgiving instead of the greeting I chose for your cutlery holder, you could do that instead. Okay, so I'm going to grab Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to just Ink Up Happy, and I'm going to stamp it over my pumpkin. You don't have to stamp a greeting on top of your pumpkin if you don't want to, but I thought it would be cute if we did. So we'll just do Happy Fall on there. And then to attach it to our holder, I'm going to take a 1/8 inch circle punch handheld, and we'll just do a little hole right there. You could also use your crocodile that also has a 1/8 inch circle. Let's scoot some of these things away. We've got a lot going on here. Oop. Let's turn that down. All right, so we're going to pull this here and grab some ribbon. This is our, I want to say it's pecan pie stripe ribbon. It's in the supply list. And we'll just kind of measure it. I need enough to kind of tie it on the top. So just kind of bring it together. Grab some scissors. That's good enough. Okay. And what we'll do before we tie this on, I'm going to loop this through. If you forget to tie it on beforehand, you can cut yourself a little slit in the cardstock and then just feed it around the ribbon. I do that sometimes. So we'll just take this. Oh, and before we do that, it's easier to have candy in there. And I know I have my candy in here somewhere under this pile of mess. It is not good over here. There is so much stuff on my little desk. Okay, my candy has gone missing. Oh, I feel it. All right. I have these Hershey's miniatures. I have the darks because I don't eat the darks. I only eat the milk chocolates. So I have a bunch of dark chocolate left over. So I just take 4 of these, line them up. Hershey's miniatures, they come in different flavors, but they're usually available in a multi-pack, so I don't know if they come with the flavors individual. But I'm just going to take this and wrap it around. Don't worry about the tag for a moment. I'm going to wrap it around, make sure it's flat on the bottom. And we'll go and do our first little knot. And you just want to make sure when you're doing this that they're going through those little thumb grips there, because that's how it looks the nicest. And then we're just going to pinch that knot for a moment. I'm going to use this as a little holder for my thing here. And then we'll go and do, trying to think, this one, this way. I think we're going to go this way. I have to think about which way I want the ends to end up. And then we'll tighten that up like that. And then you can kind of arrange your tag up and down on the thing how you want it. And then we'll just angle cut these little guys. And we've created a cute little favor that matches our cutlery holder. Come back in. Let's have a look at these cutlery holders. Got so much. Let me put some stuff away so I can show you what this looks like. I should have brought another set of cutlery over so we could really see. Let's shove to the side. Okay, let's take this off the plate. I have this one, got this one. We've got this one too, which is like a very neutral one. And then we've got our little fall favors here. let's say happy fall on them. So you could do, you know, whatever you want. I love this fall paper. It's so pretty. If you don't have a lot of stuff going on your table, I think this would look really nice to do it up with the paper. If your table, you want your table to be more neutral, you could do like the crumb cake. Just do the crumb cake and then do a bunch of these die cuts on here. The die cuts for this one were done very similarly. This one right here, I believe, is Old Olive on Old Olive ink. And I said crushed curry. This one was Petunia Pop. I would probably change that out for Cajun Craze for a Thanksgiving table. And then this big piece, also from Thoughtful Wishes, this piece I did in Mossy Meadow. So I've got two different greens, Mossy Meadow and Old Olive, and two different colors of stems. For this label here, I know I'm repeating myself a little bit. I want to see, here. For this label here, I use the Nested Essentials dies because it's slightly bigger than this one. And to create a little interest, I just used the little splotch stamp that comes with this bundle and added it on there. And then of course some linen threads. So, you know, have fun with it. It's a really easy pocket to make. So you can decorate it up however you want, using whatever colors you want, whatever paper you want, whatever greetings you want. It's just really a beautiful bundles with the Pocket Thoughts dies. All right, I'm coming back over to you. And I'm going to say hello. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you leave me a comment below, I'd appreciate it. And ask me a question. I'll be happy to answer it. All right, let's go and say hello to everyone this morning. Hello, Mary and Adelheid and Nola. Hi, Nola. Hello, Nancy. Two Nancys. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Verblue. Hello, Marty. Marty says, Brenda's projects are what attracted me to her years ago. I didn't know anything about Stampin' Up, but I found her in YouTube, and she's the one that got me started with all of fun. Well, thank you, Marty. And I know you were crafty way before that, but I'm glad that you got introduced to Stampin' Up by me. That's really cool. Hello, Janine. Hello, Pat. Hello, Mary. Hello, Louise. Oh, Pat asks, how can we get that book or brochure to order from? So if you are one of my customers, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to send you a catalog. If you're not one of my customers and you don't already have a demonstrator, you can also reach out to me. I'd be happy to send you one. So it's just, I'm always happy to send people one, but do know that it costs as money as demonstrators to do this. So I just, you know, I can't supply the catalogs to everyone. So I actually send out a survey to all my customers if they need a catalog at right before the catalog goes live. It's about a month and a half before the catalog goes live. I'll send out a catalog, a request for catalogs that everyone can fill out, and I supply my customers catalogs for free. So absolutely would be happy to do that. You can get that catalog through me. The projects are also available online. So if you go and click on that product, you'll be able to see images of that stamp set. So that one would be under the Caring Leaves stamp set because that's the main product that was used in the sample. So you can find that. I did not use Caring Leaves today. I did use it on Tuesday, so you can see that stamp set there. It's a good question. Marty said, I love that card. Did you make it in all the new in colors. I'm not sure which card. Oh, I know the card with a I made it in two different colors. I made it, I think I made it in another color, another in color. But this one I did in Petunia Pop. It's very easy to do these ones like tone on tone. At the beginning of the catalog, I was very much into those in colors. I still am. They're awesome colors. So you could really do this as a nice, in any of the in colors because we've got the paper. In fact, you could do this project or this card in any Stampin' Up! Color you want because we have this paper is the designer series paper that's available in all the different color families. So it's very easy to do, recreate that. Let's see, who else haven't I talked to? Lori says, these would be fun to make in Christmas paper for events throughout the year. I'm always looking for things to make for my girls' lunches, and these would work well. They will, and they've had a lot of interest in the catalog, and so I didn't even see it. I guess I'm always looking at the products rather than the samples, and I didn't see it until someone pointed it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then I got another question and I'm like, oh wow, people want to know how to make this. And it's so simple because it uses a die, and you don't have to even really, for those, you don't have to cut and score anything. You have to cut with a die cut machine, but you don't have to score anything to make that holder. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Kim from Edmonton. Nice to have you here. Louise says, with the cutlery holder, you don't need to remember which side the fork goes on. Yeah, you know, you can just stick them all into the holder. I think it looks really pretty. They did a very good job photographing it in the catalog. You know, they had more time and money and had a different photographer, right? Look at the gold cutlery. They also use the beautiful plaid embossing folder. That embossing folder I'm getting, it's coming today. I didn't have it. It's so beautiful the way that they did that. All the little leaves scattered about. And I think they use dimensionals to pop things up. And look at, they have like one of those plates. I forget what they call them. They're like a placeholder plate on the bottom and then two plates on top. They have a napkin and I don't know what else they have. Is that a second napkin? I don't know. Or is that like a piece of cardstock? I don't even know what that is. But it's, you know, they've got it all layered up really pretty. So you could do that too. Do whatever you want. Mary said, you could use the medium dies for a bigger treat holder. Yeah, you could. You absolutely could. And you know what? I was thinking of doing that, but I had to figure out, I was running out of time, and I would have had to figure out something that would go in there really well. And I knew that the miniatures would fit in this one, and I just didn't have time. So yeah, you could make a medium treat holder out of the bigger one. Just measure the sides and the bottom and decide how thick you want it. So that will, how thick you want it is the short measurement. How long you want it, just measure the bottom and sides and score, and then you're good to go. Kim said, in Canada, Thanksgiving is in October, so she better get busy. Yeah, you better get busy. It's early. I straddle the line between Canada and the U.S. too. I live in the U.S. My Stampin' Up! Business is in the U.S., but I'm from Canada originally, so it's hard to know which holiday to celebrate. Alistair's son is now in the U.S. He was in Canada for the last 5 years, but now he started work in San Francisco area, so I think he's coming home for Thanksgiving. His girlfriend's going to see him for Canadian Thanksgiving because she's still finishing up her degree. So we're always, I get so messed up sometimes because the holidays being different. It's hard. Anyway, it's hard when you're trying to figure out who can come visit who for which schedule, right? I was thinking, oh yeah, we could have Caroline fly up here for American Thanksgiving so she could spend time with Nicholas. And then Nicholas was like, well, she won't have Thanksgiving off. So I'm like, oh yeah, she won't. So yeah, it gets really messy. All right. Let's see. I lost my spot. Marty says she needs to make these for Thanksgiving dinner this year. Yeah, I need to make them too. I'll make a few extra. Marty says, remember when we learned such things in home ec? Yes. Yeah, they won't. I'm sure they're not going to teach anyone how to set a table. I think these days very few people follow the conventions of setting a fancy table, but it's very impressive to have a fancy table at Thanksgiving. Everyone's wowed by it. So it's the one time of year where everyone should dress up and look a little nicer and make a little effort, and it's kind of nice to see sometimes. Meredith says she loves the paper. Also, this project would work well all year round. Just vary the paper and the topper. Yeah, absolutely. Nancy said, would a flat piece of candy fit in that pocket? So yeah, it would. What I would do is, if you have the dies, this is the back side, take it to the store. This width it's a little bit more than 1/4 inch. And in certain spots, it's almost 3/8 of an inch. I feel like like on the sides, on the seams, I would say it's halfway between 1/4 inch and 3/8. But when you get to the top, you have a little bit more wiggle room because it can expand out just a little bit more than closer to the edges. So go ahead and just the right size candy would be what you would need to find to fit in there. You could absolutely slide something in there. You just need to take it to the store and see what you think might fit in there. Marty says she started to follow me when I was back in Tennessee. No way, that long? We've been here for 10 years now. That's a really long time. Wow, that's crazy. Marty says she needs to get the pocket dies. She likes the colors. Marty says, don't forget to give Brenda a thumbs up. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate that. Lori says the big bottom plate is called the charger. Yes, that's exactly what it's called. I don't use that word very often, so it didn't pop into my brain. Yes, a charger plate, and it kind of makes it look even fancier, right? Not having 2 plates is not enough. We need the charger plate, and it just adds a little bit of bling to the place setting. Barbara says she just started watching now, so she's a little late. She'll watch the replay. Great. Well, let me know if you have any questions, Barbara. I'm so glad you joined us, even though you were a little late. And Renee also says she'll have to catch the replay. Well, I thank you for watching, and please, yes, watch the replay. If you have any questions, just let me know. Pocket Thoughts, even though it's not in the holiday catalog, it's from the annual catalog. It definitely helps those for those projects coming up into the holidays. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you back here next week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.